Okay, hello, welcome back to our Honorverse series of books. And today we have a book, Honor to the Queen, right? Of Mother mia.
Okay. Her honor, the honor of her, the honor of the queen, the queen's honor.
Okay, today we have a chapter 8 and chapter 9. Chapter 8 we did not finish last time, so we have a very few questions here, I think 3 of them. So we can start from them and continue to number 9. Just to remind a little bit, so main events of chapter 8 were about a dinner, right, between Yanakov and Courvosier, right? So there are two people, they were discussing a history of Grayson and Masadan and their future, right? Sergey?
Yes, and I want to add. I want to add that Courvosier is the name of famous cognac from France.
Famous who?
Cognac.
Cognac. Okay.
Cognac, really?
Yes, Courvosier. It's very popular in Russia. It's very expensive, but delicious.
Okay. We will know now.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And we stopped at number 11. I remember we covered it. It was about a lady who was someone's wife, right? Probably.
It was Masadan's like woman, but then he saw his weapon and
Yeah, she was kind of a traitor, right? She defected to Grayson's side and warned them about what? About doomsday machine, right? So, or you make an agreement with Masada, or we all will die. And because Masada is kind of, what's the word for this? Extreme, right? So they will go dying with a pleasure. So the ball is on your side, right? So you have to finish it somehow. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Further. Okay, let's go further.
Getting better.
I'm learning step by step. Number 12, Sergey.
Yeah, the irony was that Masada citizens sent true Orthodox to other planet, and the other planet was better than this planet, and they stayed this better place for living, but their enemies have been sent to good planet, and they started to leave them. And the irony, we won, but we didn't have some profits from this winner. But okay, you're a winner. Congratulations. And I want to add about Bancroft. I think that Bancroft for Masada was a hero. For true Orthodox was a betrayed person, the hated person.
For Grayson or for Masada, Sergey?
For Grayson.
Yeah. Okay, Sergey, do you know the verb exile? Exile, like exiling. What does it mean?
Exile. Yes, and
it's a kind of a punishment, right? You send someone out of your society. Am I right, teacher? So the irony is that we punish you, right? We punish you by sending you to a heaven compared to our place, right? So let's say we exile you from Russia, let's say to Florida, right? So go there and suffer, right?
Not.
And the reason they had to do that was they found Masada later and found out, wow, that's a nice planet.
Yeah.
So on Grayson, you've got, say, millions of moderates and a small number of the faithful. And it's like a 10-year trip. So it was easier to send the small number to the other planet than to leave them on Grayson and send millions and millions of people to the other planet. So it was easier to get the small number off the planet. So that's why they got the better planet.
Mhm. And speaking of exiling, am I right pronouncing this exiling? Actually?
We pronounce it exile.
Exile, exiling them, right? I remember one real life example after our Russian Revolution. Many people who did not share the kind of the ideas of new society, they were exiled to the West. So it was like big ships, with these people who were exiled. So many of them went to France, England, and Europe in general. So it was we call it first wave of immigration in Russia. After that, we had 5 more waves.
and did these foreign countries accept these boatloads of exiles?
Yes, actually, and you know why? Because all of them, maybe not all of them, but the most part of them were kind of professors, medical doctors, and writers, and so it was high society in general. So there were no immigrants.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind highly skilled people coming in. I just hate it when uneducated, manual laborers come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergey, you wanted to add something?
I remember the fairy tales from my childhood, and my childhood, the book by Joel Harris, an American writer, Fairy Tales of Uncle Remus, and Brother Rabbit, Brother Fox, and there's a funny moment when Brother Fox had a problem, and he had the house in Turnbush, and he asked to Brother Rabbit, please don't throw me to Turnbush. And the irony, the Turnbush was a house of Brother Fox.
Not everyone knows, Sergey, but it was a famous book back then, and the main idea is that the main protagonist, right, he asked to punish himself in a certain way. He said, you can punish me whatever you want, but don't do this. And this thing, it was one thing, reverse psychology, right? Psychology, reverse psychology. And this way he was punished after all. So it worked for him. Okay, let's go to number 13. If you don't have any more comments. Shaima, could you please?
Okay, thank you. 13, explain what the faithful view as the first and second falls of man. Yeah, Yanakov explained that the faithful view viewed Eve as causing the first fall of man, and Barbara Bancroft as causing their second fall of man. And hence their religion vilified all women as traders and tools of Satan, which explain why they hated women so much and treated them so badly. And Yanakov said that Grayson viewed Barbara Bancroft as the mother of Grayson, for she had saved all of their lives in effect, but still held in all women held in lower regard than men.
Well, and it sounds pretty familiar, right? So it's I can name a few, at least several religions that they say that women is kind of should take subordinate position to men, right?
Yeah. By the way, the extremist groups in both in Christian and Islam and Judaism see that maybe we inherit the sins from our parents, but but there is no an original script, right script, especially on Islam, about this, that Eve is the reason for Adam's fall from paradise. It's just a common belief, but it's wrong.
I know I will step on a thin ice now, but I think it's not really important. Was it written in the book or it was not? Because if you tell people that we should trade half of the humankind like cattle, so I don't care. Was it written somewhere or not in the old book? It just sounds not about right to me. So that's how I feel about it.
It's odd, but there's in the Bible, there's another woman called Jezebel, and she was a traitor. And if you know the story of Samson and Delilah, Delilah was a woman and she was a traitor. So we have at least 4 stories where the woman is always the traitor. So if we call a woman a Jezebel, that has a bad connotation that she's a treacherous, deceitful woman.
Yeah, and we hang all sins on women.
Yeah. There's a song. One of my favorite songs is called Delilah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's yeah. Why, Delilah?
Yes, I like the song.
Yeah, it's in Cairo. I see an opera show about this story.
Is that right? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Delilah is a woman mentioned in 16 chapters of the book Judges.
Yeah. The Tom Jones song was very famous. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know Tom Jones, unfortunately, but I know another guy who had a kind of sequel. How we call it? I don't know.
Tom Jones is a pretty good singer. He was pretty good. I think he was British. He had kind of curly hair a little bit, but he was pretty famous guy, very popular at the time. Yeah.
I remember Tom Jones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I spent my life to nothing, I spent my youth studying math, not listening to music and all these things.
I was not. I listened to Tom Jones.
Okay, number 14. Do we have a volunteer for number 14? Okay, let me read it while we're thinking. According to Yanakov's explanation at the end, why were Grayson men so terrified of Honor Harrington and all that she represented and had accomplished? Shaima, can you answer?
Yeah. Yanakov admitted the real reason that Honor Harrington terrified Grayson men so much that she was a smart and capable and competent military officer, proved to the Graysons that a woman was capable of being so much more than the meek or protected, limited freedom positioning Grayson women. And if their men were to recognize Honor for what she was, then they would have to face the shameful fact that 900 years they had kept their women from reaching the fullest potential, and which was unconscionable. Unconscionable. I have a problem with this word. Conscious and conscienceable. Okay.
Unconscionable. Yep.
Unconscionable to them. Okay. Yeah. And this meant that their religion and their societal beliefs had all been wrong. And Grayson Manticore aliens were to happen if this happened, the unpleasant truth and shame would have to be faced, that not only by Grayson men, but for the entire Grayson society as well. They will blame them of this retreating and how to be in the not being away from a civilization, I think.
All right.
Yep, that's it.
So we've been treating women wrong and holding them down for 900 years. Oh my God! You know what a waste. You know.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of a moment when you realize that you had a kind of a hardened mistake, right? How we call it? I don't know, long-term mistake, or how we can call it?
a long-standing mistake, I guess.
Long-standing, yeah.
Long-standing mistake, yeah.
So we kept doing this for long, and now for a moment we understood, oh, what if we are wrong, right? So it must be terrifying, I guess.
Yep. If they had been allowed to, get educated and invent things and become leaders, their society might be a whole lot better. But half of the population, more than half of the population, was kind of underused.
Yeah.
So it was wasteful. Yeah.
Okay, and the last one, a promise, right? Well, could you cover number 15? Read it first.
At the end of the chapter, how did Yanakov promise to make it up to Hannah for the way he had treated her during the initial
Interactions.
Mm-hmm. As I remember, he promised that he and his officers will respect Tonum.
Will change, right? They change their behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's possible for them?
It's hard, but possible.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. We have a saying that what is a human, right? And a human is old habits and something else. I don't remember, but but most of us, it's our behavior defined by old habits, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So
we have two sayings. A leopard can't change its spots. It's born with spots. It lives old with spots. It's going to die with spots, right? It can't change its nature. And then the other one is you can't teach an old dog new tricks. When dogs get old, they get stubborn and lazy and they don't want to learn anything new.
Yeah, and I remember all time ago, many years ago, when we started to talk with you, I remember you used another one, something like old habits is the worst to get rid of, or something like this.
Old habits die hard.
Die hard.
They refuse to die.
Yeah. Ironically, it was about evil Soviet Union at that time. We had discussion, and now I'm not sure. Should we get rid of these habits or not? Sergey?
Yeah, and I think that's for old dogs it's too difficult to have new habits. But anyway, I started to learn English 10 years ago. I was as old dog, and I now dream about play guitar, and it is difficult for me. It's difficult, but it's possible. And I agree, for Vova, new habits are more simpler than me. But anyway, it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. It's all about efforts, right? You put into this activity.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the end of the chapter 8, right?
Mhm.
Sergey, do you have a title for it?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, do you have a title for it?
Title.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Yeah, I'm trying to invent something. So how would we name this chapter?
Conversation about, I don't know, about tradition.
Yeah, I would call it like Grayson story history.
Yes, I have the name, but it is controversial. Women are too human.
Women are too human.
Women are
Human
humans
are
too.
human too. Yeah. Yeah. But shame, my apologize. We are talking about the book.
Just a
only.
joke, yeah. It's just a joke. It's only
Joke.
what is your title?
Apologizes and promises.
Promises. Okay. Apologizes and promises. Right. Good.
Okay. That's a good one. Okay.
Okay. We can move to the next one. Another dialogue, right? Another dialogue. A different side now. So do you remember who is you, Alfredo? Or-
Yes, it's captain of heavenly military ship that now is missing.
Yeah, landed probably
Servant on loan.
on loan. Yeah. How you pronounce landed, teacher? Landed to Masada? Or just land to Masada?
Well, if it's past tense, lended
Landed, yeah. Okay.
or
So-
loaned,
Mhm, mhm.
lended or loaned. Yep.
Okay. Well, do you remember how to read this word correctly?
What?
Again?
What?
Sword. Sword.
No W, just sword.
Sword. I guess it's
Sword.
because it's kind of old English word, right? So it has special pronunciation.
No idea why. Now, don't forget when you say you, comma Alfredo. His name is Alfredo U.
Yeah, reverse it, right?
Yeah.
It's the same for Matthew, right? Matthew Simons.
Simons. Yep, exactly. So his name's not you, Alfredo. It's Alfredo U.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you told us this trick here.
Yeah.
Okay, so those two, they have a conversation, and what do we know from this conversation? Let's see. Sergey, please.
Yeah, are you notice that the author of the second book had more chapters without Harrington? Chapter with explanation, chapter with philosophy, chapter with religion explanation. It's more interesting for me because the action interesting for me, but I understood the consequences from this book, but the explanation more interesting, more controversial, and I like it. And the second point, the people Republic of Heaven. Are you notice the all country with name People Republic are not democratic, with totalitarian. Public Republic of North Korea, People Republic of Germany, People Republic of China, a lot of country, but it's an irony. It looks like a language from George Orwell, 184.
War is a peace, right? Truth.
Yeah,
So we call
like
that we call that gaslighting. You're trying to mislead people. You're trying to give them an illusion that's fake. They're the Republic of China, Taiwan, but we're the People's Republic of China. We're the democratic one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, nice
For your,
observation.
and I wanted to add, for your information, the Russian Federation is not yet people, Russian Federation, but not yet.
It may change soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's a kind of a sad joke, but I like it. So nowadays, when we discuss any news from Russia, we should add on this week, you know, because it's
Not week, and this day, and this day.
yeah, today, you know, we don't have people in the title. Yes, what will be tomorrow, nobody knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's already, you know, ridiculous. You know, whatever we discuss, you know, we should add on this week. You know, so can I do this on that? On this week, you can. On the next one, who knows?
Yeah. It just keeps getting worse and worse. It's like Biden. You know, every day we say it can't get any worse than this, and the next day it's worse.
No bottom. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, Sergey, what about the first question? Can we cover
Yeah, Captain, you finished the military academy in heaven, and he had books about history, about era before People Republic of Heaven, and those books were prohibited in this country and in this planet, and the inspector who looked for this book punished captain,
Punished?
punished captain, and the captain told, I don't know who owner of this book, and he felt he afraid at this moment. He remembers this moment because he had a maximum of stress this moment, because he went from poverty, from low society to the military academy. He had a plan. He was a clever, and this mistake could damage this career, and he understood it. And after this case, he understood that, okay, I have two faces. One faces with true inside me, and I understood, and all processes in my planet. I know that our politics are not holistic, but the second face for public society. Yeah, okay, and it is difficult because this book looks me our time in my place, because I have two faces too. Because
Yeah. So I think it's better way to say mask probably than face, right? So we wear different masks, right? When we go to the, I don't know, public event, right? We wear one mask, right? We say yes, everything is good. When we at home, right? We wear a different mask and we say, what idiots are doing all this crap, you know? And
and when you explained himself this situation, I understood that it was difficult to live with two masks, because you understood and you can't explain your ideas. You can't explain himself what's happened.
But I don't think that we have unique experience in this. I think that
not unique. It's a very
common, right? This experience is very common. Let's say in America, my impression that you cannot, you know, go public and say something against mainstream, right? You cannot say something, you will be cancelled, right? Probably in a moment, right? Poof, you are not existing anymore.
I know some examples of American culture, American songer, and I know very popular rap songer in USA, Kanye West. Kanye West turn it in the dress with leaves, white lives matter, but he had a lot of hates. Why? But he explained today it's a normal. It's a normal. In addition, ironic, he's black.
Yeah. And the blacks hate him. Now the blacks all hate him. Traitor! Traitor!
Yeah,
You're a white man!
If you ask me, I have an expression that, you know, humankind, it's about hate. It's about hate almost. Yeah, all what we do. Okay, so Sergey partially covered number 2, I guess. But Shayma, maybe you want to add something?
Well, yeah, okay.
Shayma?
Okay. Will we answer number 2?
Yeah.
I think Sergey mentioned poor family, right? But
His
maybe
family,
there is something else.
Okay. He viewed both elite and public equally disdainfully because they were totally corrupted or spoiled. Even the Doloset's lifestyle or the
Legislatourists, I guess. No?
Legislature.
Legislatures.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Legislators, legislaturists. Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
They were well educated, controlled, but they were dishonest. But the public were honest but not educated. So he wished to far away from this society, and he can't feel like ought to be able to feel his country in his wars fighting for. He desired to respect his government, but in fact it was so bad. And I think he make a comparison between the prayer republic of heaven before it came in its golden age, and when it became the economic disaster of the less free people and so on.
Yeah, so now I remember this. Now Heaven Republic is doomed actually because it have to conquer, I don't know, to conquer new worlds, you know, to keep maintaining the economy. So it's probably a strategy that will have end sooner or later, right?
So he understands this. He understands that his own country, his own world, has to conquer other worlds just to survive. And it disgusts him, but he can't change it.
Yeah. I like to think about good old times, right? Teacher Lee told me that it's always good old in this connotation, so good old times. And I wonder, you know, it's a lot of real life examples, right? So I like the joke that if you think that is if you think that you live in a terrible time, right? Just think that for next generation it will be good old time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 30 years from now, these will be the good days.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but it's always happened, it seems.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah.
So are you positive enough? Positive thinking? What do you think?
I try to have the positive thinking, but each day it's more difficult.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Sergey, could you please take number 4?
I want to add one idea about number 3. The difference between Dolists and legislaturists looks like a difference between poor people and rich people in 1984. The similar idea, and I think the author took the idea from this book, 1984 by George Orwell.
Could be.
This writer, David Weber, uses a lot of real world things to kind of model his stories. Yeah.
But I don't remember the names for this party. It was an internal party, right? One. And another
Internal
one was
party, yes, and internal party with double thinking and prawn or poor
poor people, right? Pro, right? Something like this.
pro. Yeah,
The
pro.
pros and the doles, very similar, right?
Yeah.
Same idea. Yep.
Okay.
Same
Okay.
idea.
What about number 4, Sergey? Can you?
What's he waiting on the beginning of the chapter? What does he think is the reason for?
Okay, Sergey, let me help you. If you had a meeting with your boss, did you ever had to wait for your boss?
Yes, and we are waiting your boss. If
Okay.
my boss would wait me, it's bad case.
The question is your boss ever on time?
Yeah.
If he's never on time, then it's probably deliberate. Yeah.
So let me try to answer this. So probably, you is thinking that this kind of delay that his boss is making, right? It's a signal. It's kind of a flag. I show you that you are my subordinate, not vice versa. So you have to wait me, but not opposite. Right? That's the idea. What about your employees, Sergey? Do they wait you?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Do you
Because
make
I have very important deals with my colleagues.
okay? Do you make
On the
them wait?
backyard.
Sergey, do you make them wait deliberately? Yeah. Sergey, do you wait them make you deliberately on purpose?
But not. I didn't send the deliberate to my employee because I have only 2 employers.
Employees, yeah. But that's the difference because
they work at home.
but that's the difference. So you thought that he is waiting kind of deliberately. So his boss is showing him disrespect. It was a sign, right? Key. Yeah.
I think that I am a modern boss, and we have good relationships with my teams and with my boss include. And, our boss didn't see some disrespect. We are team. We called each other only one name, Sergey, Alexander, and in Russian we have to use the father name and father name for
but it's local thing. You have to explain this. So, but sometimes I miss old-fashioned, totalitarian patriarchy. Sometimes I I miss it. It was simpler, right? So just do this and that in this time, right? Without needs to explain things, and play all these dances.
Yeah.
I think I've read articles where people worked overseas and they said, I can't remember if it was Europeans or Arabs, but they're never on time. If they tell you we'll meet at 10 o'clock, they never show up until like 10:30.
Yeah, nice. Sergey?
In addition, the totalitarian relationships in companies, in Russian companies, if we compare with Western companies, you understand immediately your opinion about me, my boss, because you have to feedback immediately. You're bad guy, you're foolish. And in European countries and American, they have a special, as Ivan told, dances. And if your boss talks about the bad things about you, you can not show this, but he will be fired in the next day, maybe.
Culture.
Immediately you understand I'm a bad guy. I'm a stupid guy.
It's kind
It's honesty. It's honesty.
Yeah, I think that if you put, an American average snowflake in a Russian company for a day, you will need a coffin for this, to take it back.
Yeah. Yeah. They wouldn't make it. They'd cry the first day. My boss is not giving me comfort, emotional support.
Yeah. Emotional support is something theoretical in my country. It's not exist. I have to.
What do you mean about emotional support?
I have to look to the dictionary every time when I see this because I don't understand what is about.
Oh God. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Vova, help us with number 5. What?
What does Simons want you to do for him during this meeting, and why? Simons wanted you to record their meeting because I think elders needed.
Yeah, but it's a little, you answered it right, but it's a little bit, different. So he did not want you to record this meeting, right? He want to have the meeting recorded, right? So he did not ask you like you record, right? He just brought the device and said this meeting, right, will be recorded. So it's just, a grammar, small tip, right? So
Yeah, so you can't speak directly with the elders. He's got to go through Simons. So he records it for Simon, and then Simon presents it to the elders. So you is too low a person to speak directly to the old great ones.
Yeah. And on you's place, I would be worried, So every time when someone had my order written, it means something bad is going to happen,
Yeah. Yeah. Can we record that? Say that again while I'm recording. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a clear flag that something is going to happen, right?
Well, you're going to be blamed. It means you are going to be the blame. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I will get my strike on YouTube, I guess, again. Okay, number 6. Shaima, could you help us with number 6?
Okay. Why does you think that the Council of Elders wants his own words recorded during this meeting? I think they want to feel his confidence by listening to his words himself.
Yeah, Shaima, I'm sorry. We kind of covered this question already, right? Could you take next one, number 7?
Okay. Okay. In this chapter, what do we learn about the chief elder of the Council of Elders, Sword Simmons, ambitious, and your opinion of all this? Yeah, is that the chief elder was his brother, and you feel that Simmons is not ready for this position, and he was too indecisive to hold that position if his brother were to step down, and he know that that Simmons wanted to help want this position, but he is not ready for it, in his opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, so you doesn't believe in Simon's ambitions, right? So he believes in ambitions probably, but he doesn't think that he will make it, right? So probably.
Yeah, Simon is too impatient to be a leader. He's a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't fit that position's qualifications. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, number 10. Sergey, would you like to?
Number 10.
Number 8. I'm sorry. Number 8. I'm sorry. 8. What was your opinion?
My opinion about Grayson's tracking.
You, I mean, not your opinion, but this guy, you. Number 8, Sergey. What was your opinion about striking Grayson immediately?
But I'm sorry, but I can't understand the.
Okay, let me try to. So there was an option, right, to strike Grayson immediately, just now, right? So some ships are left, so it's our option, right? We can do this. What do you think about this option?
Yes, we have this option, but this option is not prepared. We don't have the plan. We don't have the plan B, plan C, and it's a bullshit idea, in my opinion. But sometimes we have a good time for attack because the options could happen suddenly. You didn't ready for these options, but these options happened, and you have the brilliant options to attack. Sometimes. But anyway, I like the Chinese strategy for preparation, very long time, the options, making plan B, plan C, plan D, and the X.
Yeah, so the Chinese strategy first wait for 2,000 years, and maybe then it will not be needed, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so what you're talking about, I think it's a window of opportunity, right? So you have some opportunity with a limited time. It's a window, right? You can
Trust me, I understand about the window of opportunity.
Yeah, it's a political joke for those who did not got it. Who didn't get it.
So the council are afraid to attack. Well, they've got one ship. That one ship might destroy all our ships. No. Oh, it might. We never know. They're advanced too, So the council's real scared. So they want to hear use own words so they can hear his confidence.
Yeah, interesting.
But they had the conversation between council and you about confidence, and you explained when you have a war, you don't have confidence 100% because in your opponent have different options too, and you have to build only hypothesis, and you have to calculate the reality of each hypothesis. This hypothesis have 80%. We have the risks, but
if I'm right, it's called risk management, right? And you just see all the options, see all the outcomes of them, and you can calculate. So will you take this risk to take this to give this outcome, not to get this outcome? Okay, let's speed up a bit. So number 9, Shaima, would you like to?
Okay. Why does you feel that the remaining Manticoran warship in the Grayson system will likely not participate in the space portal during the attack? He feels that the departure of 3/4 of the Manticoran stock gave them a window to activate Operation Jericho with a high probability to success. And if they take the initiative step, and they will be the Manticoran will be returning in the not too distant future. In other cases, he believes that they have to act promptly, and the government will be able to suppress the current regime on Grayson and regain position of the planet. And you wondered why in the war Masada wanted to conquer a toxic Grayson when Masada actually nicer planet.
Yeah, it's understandable, Shema. Thank you. But the question is about Manticorian worship. Do you remember that in this on the orbit, almost all the Manticore ship gone, right? Has gone, but one is still here. So the question is, what this remaining Manticore worship will do during the attack? Will it participate in the battle, or will it, wait for a winner?
I understand that he wanted to attack in advance. So the government will be able to make Grayson subjected to them.
Yeah, but I remember it was, so you are a captain of a ship, and your ship is weaker than attacking fleet, right? So you probably will not change the result of the battle, right? So you're a small ship still. So what should you do? Should you, participate in the battle, or should you wait for, I don't know, for backup, for something, for something get clear?
Is it your business or not? It's not my fight. I'm just here to get an agreement, So will they stand by and do nothing? It's not my fight. Or will they jump in and fight with Grayson? That's the question.
Yeah. And I remember that you had an opinion that the captain of Manticorian warship decided not to intervene with the battle. As far as I'm right. Sergey, what is your opinion?
Imagine that I am a captain you, and for me, the Manticorian warships, one Manticorian warship looks like a trap. But because
right?
it's trap. Looks like a trap, and because it's a very the situation is continuing better and better for me.
Yeah.
So
it's like someone is pulling you to attack, right? So you have to attack. We are.
Please go, please.
Okay. Yeah. But Sergey, what about Manticorian captain? So you are a Manticorian captain of this one ship, and battle started. Should you participate or not?
It depends of our agreement with Grayson planet. I don't know. I don't know my orders, my previous orders from my Manticorian bosses. It depends. If according to this book, I understand that the Manticorian destroyer will start to fight, maybe. But it depends on situation. It depends. We are talking about tactic and strategy.
I like old Russian saying, there is one. So it's like this. If your courage, or I don't know how we call it, courage, like your sense of braveness, right? If your courage depend of your opponent's sides, why you call it a courage?
Yeah, if it depends, you're not brave. Yeah.
I like this one. It's not about me, but it's nice saying. Yeah. Shaima, you wanted to add something?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What's a courage? What is the courage?
It's kind of a braveness, right? Courage, like C-O-U. This one. Bravery. So if your bravery depends on the size of your opponent, why you call it a bravery, right? So that's the saying. Shaima, sorry for interruption.
Yeah, I find an answer for the reaction of the Manticorian leadership. Well, he assumed that only one Manticorian warship in Yeltsin space, and probably a destroyer, and the vessel's primary responsibility is undoubtedly the protection of Manticoran nationals. So
Yeah.
they secondary mission priority will be to protect the freighters that have to be unloaded, but not the first priority. So
Yeah.
under the circumstances, he would expect its commander Harrington to adopt a wait-and-see attitude if we attack Grayson, but he can't make it as a guarantee. But Grayson should, in this case, he should to like Grayson to be a defeater for their raids themselves, not to be attacked.
So probably this one ship will save Admiral Courvosier and some, I don't know, civilian personnel of embassy or something. So like Manticorian.
May just evacuate Manicorans and go away. You know,
Yeah.
we're going to take our people, we're going to leave, you know,
Yeah.
to keep our people safe. So
Yeah.
that's one possibility.
Okay, but what if this, go into number 10, right? So, but what is Manticorian ship is going, so does engage in the battle, right? So will participate in the battle. What will be outcome? What will likely happen? Will having its win the battle, or it will be a big problem for them? Do you know the answer? No? Sergey, do you know the answer? We are thinking about you perceptions on this matter, right? So not about the facts, just what you thinking.
I'm a you, and I think that we have more starships, and we have good position. We have support from Medusa, and we understood our opponent, and we have a risk. Obviously, we have a risk, and for me, I risk only my reputation and my career. The consul have a risk to cut his head, but I think we could start to fight.
Yeah, but
But,
okay.
but his point was the ship that's left is a destroyer.
Yeah.
It's a weak ship. It's a mosquito.
So there is no
So-
risk, right?
Yeah. So if it attacks them, they'll just destroy it like that.
Yeah.
Bam's dead. So you's not worried.
So we can use another idiom out of the equation, right, or something like this. So we can
Yeah.
don't think about this thing at all.
Yeah, we got two powerful ships, and that's a mosquito. We
Yeah.
don't even care if he fights or not. It doesn't matter. He's out of the equation. Yeah.
On the other hand, for me as a captain, you took a trap. But I'm afraid the trap. I'm afraid I don't see something. I can see something, and I can't understand what I don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later in later books, that's how Haven becomes. Well, anytime they see honor in a battle, they go, she's just coming at us. Something's wrong. It's got to be a trap. What's going on? What is she really trying to do? You know, they start doubting everything she does because she always has a trap for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so time fly fast as always, and I think we will interrupt here. At this moment, we have 2 points more. We will discuss them on the next week, right? So we are not in a rush to do everything fast, right?
Yeah.
Operation Jericho is waiting for us.
Jericho or Jericho?
Jericho. Yeah, Jericho.
Okay, Operation Jericho. I already forgot what is this, but it's from Bible, right? Somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
something about a Bible. Jericho was a walled city, I think. It had walls around it. So like the
Okay.
Kremlin. So it was very, unbeatable. But God helped defeat the walls of Jericho.
yeah, interesting. Thank you all for coming. It was a nice
you very much.
conversation. Yes, thank you, Teacher
Thank
Lee.
you.
And
We
see
are
you
so
next week.
grateful
Thank you, everyone.
for
Bye,
this
bye, bye.
intriguing one. So thank you.
Jericho, Operation Jericho is waiting
Yeah.
for you.
Sacred one.
Yeah.
Thank you.